HarperCollins presents Don't You Forget About Me by Mhairi McFarlane, read by Madeline Gould.
Love's strange, so real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Simple Minds. Then. Tapton School, Sheffield, 2005. You loved me, then what right had you to leave me? Because nothing God or Satan could inflict would have parted us. You, of your own will, did it. I have not broken your heart, you have broken it, and in breaking it, you have broken mine. My most truculent fellow pupil, David Marsden, looked up and wiped his chin on his sleeve. He had given Emily Bronte's Gothic novel the emotion of reading from the menu at Pizza Hut. As a teenage male, it was important you kept it monotonous to avoid allegations from the other teenage males of being a massive bender. The room was muggy, with that syrupy heat you get as you near high summer, the sort where your clothes feel grubby by midday. In our squat box of a 60s building, the windows heaved halfway up as poor man's aircon. We could hear the liveliness of the school field in the distance. "Thank you, David," said Mrs. Pemberton as he closed his paperback. "What do we think Heathcliff means in this passage?" "He's naughty again because he's not getting any," said Richard Hardy, and we guffawed, not just as it delayed proper academic discussion, but because the person making the joke was Richard Hardy. There was some muttering, but no proper answers. It was 6 weeks to the final exams, and the mood was a febrile stew of excitement at imminent freedom and a bottleneck of panic about the reckoning that awaited. The tortured inhabitants of these pages were starting to get on our nerves. Try getting some real problems, like ours. "Then what right had you to leave me is a bit creepy, isn't it?" I said, if no one else was going to break the lengthening silence. Mrs. Pemberton could get testy if they ran on, and make the homework bigger. I mean, the idea Cathy had to stay with him or she deserves to be unhappy is a bit... ugh. Interesting. So you don't think Heathcliff is justified in saying that by denying her feelings she ruined both their lives? Well, I took a breath. It's the thing about how her love for Heathcliff is like the rocks underneath, constant but gives her no pleasure. I say this in a rush, due to the inevitable mirth at the word pleasure. It doesn't sound like it was going to be much fun. It's all about her obligation to him. Perhaps then the love they share isn't conventionally romantic, but deep and elemental. "It's mental, all right," said a male voice. I glanced over, and Richard Hardy winked at me. My heart rate bumped. My teacher had an annoying way of taking me seriously and making me do actual thinking. She once kept me back and told me, "You play down your intelligence to enhance your standing with your peers. There's a big wide world outside these walls, Georgina Horspool, and exam grades will get you further than their laughter. Pretty faces grow old too, you know." I was furious afterwards, the kind of fury you reserve for people who accuse you of something that's absolutely true. I was quite pleased at the pretty face bit, though. I didn't think I was pretty, and I wouldn't be old for ages. A murmur of chatter spread around the class, and the air was thick with no one caring about Wuthering Heights. Mrs. Pemberton, sensing this fatal straying of attention from the text, dropped her bombshell. "I've decided you're going to change places. I don't think sitting with friends is doing concentration in this room many favours." She started going from desk to desk, swapping one in for one out, amid much grumbling. I was convinced I could smart-mouth my way out of this. "Joanna, you can stay put, and Georgina, you're at the front." "What? Why?" Obviously, the front row was reserved for the problematic, lazy, or outcasts. This was deeply unjust. The seating layout respected invisible but rigid castes, swats and oddities at the front, averagely well-liked who worked for good approval ratings like myself and Joe in the middle. At the back, the super-cool girls and boys like Richard Hardy, Alexandra Caister, Daniel Horton and Katie Reed. Rumour had it that Richard and Alexandra were kind of seeing each other, but also kind of not because they were cool. "Come on, shift." "Oh, miss!" I got up with...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?